Lairub is a new standalone character mod that adds the sheep-shaped messenger of hell with her many crazy abilities. You can press the H button at any time to get a short explanation of her abilities, but don't worry, I will show all of them in detail, but let's talk about the basics first. Lairub's health situation is as demonic as it gets. She starts with 3 empty bone hearts and 1 black heart, and those are the only types of hearts she can get. She can only have bone hearts and black hearts. Regular HP ups turn into empty bone hearts that can't be filled by any means, while soul hearts turn into black hearts instead. Lairub also starts with spectral and homing tiers by default, but the homing shots are less effective than usual due to her very high starting shot speed of 1.5. She starts with a flat bonus of plus 0.3 damage that applies after any damage multipliers, but she also gets plus 12 tier delay, which greatly lowers her tier rate and tier ups. Soy Milk is a perfect example to showcase those stats. The regular tier rate of 15 is just 7.5 for Lairub, but she also has a damage of 1 instead of Isaac's usual 0.7. Let's talk about Lairub's 4 abilities now. The first one is activated by pressing Shift. It will allow you to switch between her normal form and her Soul Collector form. Switching to that form will increase her damage by a flat 1.3, but also lower her speed by minus 0.5 and add another plus 10 tier delay, which makes her fire rate go even lower. The point of this arguably weaker form is that it allows her to collect souls from killed enemies on the screen. Each kill in this form adds 1 soul to your soul storage. The souls can now be used for Lairub's next ability, called Release Soul. Pressing the Alt button will spend souls to damage all enemies in a circle around her. You can use Release Soul in both of Lairub's forms, but it makes sense to use it in the Collector form to directly get some souls back and also make use of the higher damage of the form. The ability consumes more souls the more enemies are in your range, and you can hold it to keep it tick longer for the cost of even more souls. The damage per tick is your tier damage. There is no limit to the amount of souls you can hold, but they will deplete very fast if you use Release Soul, and you will also lose all of them when you go to the next floor. Lairub's third ability is called Soulcross and activated by pressing the control button. It allows you to place the Soulcross next to you, which can be done once in each room. The cross works like a turret that automatically fires homing technology lasers at the enemies in the room. It is probably Lairub's most important tool for combat. Killing enemies with the cross while being in the Soul Collector form will also generate new souls. Try to make use out of this whenever you are in a safe position and not in danger due to your low movement speed. Placing the cross down will instantly deal 2 times Lairub's damage in a small area around it, and the tech beams themselves deal half of her damage with each shot and hit. The cross will shoot more and faster beams the more enemies are on the screen. It will be reduced to just 1 beam with less than 5 enemies in the room, and the fire rate will slow down heavily. The shots of the cross will also make use of most of the usual synergies of the technology item. Keep that in mind when picking your items, as some of them are really good. Always try to make use of all 3 abilities to maximize their combat potential. It may be a good idea to save all of your souls on the floor to help burst down the boss later on. But wait, we are not done yet. Lairub has one more really powerful ability. She can teleport to the floor's devil or angel room whenever she wants by holding down the X button for 6 seconds. She basically has a reusable free Joker card and can access every single devil or angel room on every floor as soon as you enter it, and as often as you want. You can still get access to angel rooms if you skip devil rooms long enough, but a free devil room on the very beginning of every single run is obviously insanely strong. You can even check the devil room for its deals and come back later when you got enough hearts or change your mind on one of them. Her strongest ability by far if you ask me. And by the way, Lairub also has a good amount of unique item costumes, and the devs want to add even more of them in future updates, as well as a yet unreleased tainted version of the character. I haven't mentioned it yet, but Lairub also starts with a bomb as well as 13 pennies. This basically allows her to guarantee an item purchase on the very first floor's shop. All things considered, Lairub certainly isn't the most balanced character out there, but the fun in playing her lies in the uniqueness rather than her difficulty. Always remember all of her 4 abilities and you will have a lot of fun while trying to make the most out of them. Overall, a very well made character in my honest opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
He's the number one.
Isaac!
God's favorite son. His flowing robes reach down from